Hello there! This is an astrological forecast for Leo for the month of June 2010, and this also applies if you have a Leo ascendant. So my Leos, many of you are feeling as though things have just been in abeyance. You've been pushing and pushing and trying and going, and still things are in a holding pattern for many of you, and you may still feel like that to a certain extent. However, what I am seeing is that with Jupiter-Uranus for most of the month in your 9th house, this is time for exploring new horizons. Too many of you have got stuck in your fixed ways, with fixed routines, with what you're used to, because you like that certain security of knowing where you are and where you're up to. But you've not explored further out enough. There's a feeling as though you're not stimulated or excited enough. Well, boy, this month with this Jupiter-Uranus in your 9th house, this is time for exploring more, opening new horizons, taking more risks, going outside that comfort zone that you really have so strongly embedded inside of you, Leos. It's time to go outside of that. It's time maybe to connect up with people from other countries. Time to go more global. Time to publish that book. It's the house of publishing. Time to get yourself out there more. And Leo, you are supposed to be out there much more. At least many of you are. And so this is really a time maybe to travel, to look at other cultures, to look at other places, but certainly to expand horizons, maybe to look more at your spiritual self. This would rule the spiritual arena, but it could also bring in a very spiritual person into your life that really causes you to grow and to learn and to understand things that you've never understood before. But certainly, Leos, expect your life to be shaken up quite a lot. We've got issues with relationships this month. Neptune in the 7th indicates to me that you're not really seeing your relationships very clearly. You think you are, but many of you have got rose-coloured or tinted glasses on and you're not seeing them clearly. Many of you are just give, give, give. Your energy's going out, 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 and you're not really getting that much in between. And also, you're sacrificing a lot. I'm seeing many of you making big sacrifices for your relationships and maybe not putting your foot down enough about what it is that you really want and you really need. So a lot going on inner levels for you. Between the 1st and 9th of the month, Mercury in the 10th house, good time communicating what it is that you want in your work career area. Really good time to say it, to set down some rules, to set down some parameters. It's in Taurus, and to talk probably about finances and money. We've got Mercury Sun in your 11th house for much of this month, Leos, so good time for joining groups, organisations, people with like-minded interests to you, and really getting out there a little bit more. There's a tendency, I feel as though, as I say, many of you got into a bit of a rut. And this month it's about getting out there, communicating, talking, be ready to step out a little bit more. And I think there's some interesting people coming in. Some really nice, interesting, mentally stimulating people that I think you're going to enjoy being with. And it's going to feel like a new adventure. Then some of the month we've got planets in your 12th house, which does mean that you need to have some introspective time, some quiet time where you're able to think to yourself, where you haven't got all those distractions going on, and where you can get some space to recharge your batteries. You really need your batteries recharging because there's so much going on for you, Leos, and also you're being pulled outside your comfort zone. And I'm feeling that, and I know you don't like that too much, but I do feel as though it could be exciting for you if you allowed yourself to get into the excitement of it rather than the fear of it. Venus and Mars for some of the month in your 1st house, so time to come over very well. I think people are going to be attracted to you. Be aware of not getting into altercations with them. We do have Mars in that house as well, so just be aware of disagreements. But with Venus there as well, you should be able to just fluff them over very nicely and get your own way in a very nice way, which is what many Leos do very well. You're very adept at doing that. Mars for much of the month in your 2nd house of finance, so very much a time to get the finances in order, to start getting some clarity about your finances. Where are you going with this? Is it time to make an extra income? Is it time to do something on the side? And what is that you're going to be doing on the side? Really investigating, but really pushing forward with that which you want financially, because Mars in that second house from the 7th to the end of the month does mean that you need to put some energy into creating extra streams of income for yourself this month. Very important. So we've got also Pluto in the 6th house of work. So many of you are feeling controlled in your work area, as though you haven't got enough power in your work area. And it really is a time to think through and to look at where you're giving your power away and where you can now move more strongly into what it is you really want to do, Leos. I know a lot of you don't even know exactly what you want to do, but really with Mercury in your 12th house for much of this month, it's time to be doing a lot of deep thinking about what it is that you're wanting. So Leos, a lot of going beyond the comfort zones into new horizons. I think some of you are going to be planning trips and travelling, which is going to be very exciting, but try not to dig your heels in, and there should be some very nice friends and interesting people coming in this month for you. Thank you to those of you who do write lovely comments. I so appreciate that. It's really lovely of you. And remember, I've got a special offer on that for $25 you can ask me one question and I will respond in an email up to 150 words. For those of you that would like something more in depth, please take a look at my website and see if you maybe like a financial reading, a relationship reading, or an in-depth reading. Once again, thank you very much for watching my videos, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.